Stargardt's, for lack of a simpler explanation, it's a juvenile form of macular degeneration. So it's an inherited retinal disease. It's a recessive gene that both my parents carried. And when they met, it must have been in the stars. They were drawn to each other, and they met, and that's those two recessive genes came together and were passed on to my sister and I. So Stargardt's, even though it's a recessive gene, it's when it comes together, it becomes a dominant. But there's even after that, there's only a 1 in 4 chance that it's going to be passed on to the child. So my sister and I were the only two kids in the family, and we both got it. So I always jokingly say that we drew the genetic short straw and won the low vision lottery, both of us. But you know what? Hindsight, growing up with a sibling who was going through it also made it much easier, I think. Not that it was easy at all, but it made it much more bearable, I think you could say. And so she was diagnosed first, around age 11 as well. And so the doctors and the parents, they knew that they should probably, knowing what the disease was and how it worked, they should probably keep an eye on me to see if anything kind of happened with me as well. And sure enough, a couple years later, I saw that tiny little spot in my central vision, just like I'm sure most of your listeners can relate to.